Welcome to our practice. We are AMJ architects, ARB registered architects working in a startup practice based in Bristol. We started our practice by winning an open competition for new Aldgate Community Centre in Aldgate East in London. It's an area well known for its huge cultural diversity. The major source of funding for the project was London Arts Council with a value of £1 million over the duration of 26 months. Our approach for the development was to match the existing surrounding buildings with the context and existing identity. The entire building is composed as a series of flowing transitions between a cafe and a common spaces where members of a community can interact. In our practice, we approach every project from the first perspectives. We want to make sure we embody the values our clients have by getting to know their ideas and inspirations. Our role is to ensure that those ideas and objectives are maintained and developed as the project progresses through each stage. We enjoy working for non-profitable organizations to create most functional spaces. Our vision is of a world where all communities have access to better living conditions. We provide the skills and knowledge to make this a reality. We believe that as architects, we have the responsibility to design and build low-energy buildings, creating spaces that focus closely on maintaining the occupants' comfort through minimum means. Our strategy considers sustainable design from the onset, often with subtle solutions, which are integrated into the architecture itself. Our practice consists of 3 partners. We got to know each other during our master studies. We are Afra, Mehdi, and Jintal, senior architects. Each of us have multiple years in practice. We worked in award-winning practices in different positions in the UK and abroad, on both small and large projects. We specialize in conservation, parametric, and urban design. We present our ideas by producing hand sketches, 3D drawings, renders, and physical models. As a close-knit practice, we are able to foster our creative and interactive studio culture through recognition of each individual's strength and talent to curate a balanced skill set across the whole studio. We enjoy working collaboratively and pride ourselves on our shared ethos, ambitions, and values. As a practice, we are experienced in designing and managing complex building projects. We advocate an ethical approach for the project we work on to enable meaningful and creative dialogue based on integrity and a duty of care to our clients and the built environment. We carry a wide range of work, including residential, civic, public, educational, and including new build and renovation works. We are passionate about public and civic projects because it's an opportunity to make a generous contributions to the everyday and create places where people can come together and participate in the public life of the city.
Moving to the next part, we have set some objectives we want to achieve over a period of time. At first, we aim to be an RIBA chartered registered practice, as well as having an impact on our social media and presence within other practices. Our goal is to be financially stable within the next 2 years and have our own studio. We proceed to work hard and achieve our second main goal within the next 3 to 5 years, which is to grow this practice into a small-sized practice for at least 10 people throughout expanding our network and hiring employees. And finally, we want to be a specialized certified practice within the next 5 to 10 years, and I believe we can achieve it by enlarging our studios, commitment to our programs, and establishing growth reputation within the industry. The following timeline projects how and when our practice will reach these goals. As mentioned previously, that we will focus on a milestone to achieve. We are planning on working in temporary situations such as working from home in the beginning. We will focus on achieving one-time accomplishments such as registering the practice and expanding our network, in addition to ongoing work that would grow with the practice. As the years go by, our targets would expand, and after 3 years, we would achieve our main objective, proceeding to grow for the next 10 years. We aim to re-evaluate our business plan every 3 years to ensure and sustain our practice growth. AMJ Architects are a limited liability partnership (LLP), and such type of practice can be registered within any name available at Companies House, having its benefits such as flexibility, protecting personal assets, levels of management, and preventing other partnerships from taking the same name. Some disadvantages of LLP are having public disclosures and the requirement to have two or more members within it, but it's not an issue for us. However, it has insurance, such as professional indemnity insurance. Here at AMJ Architects, we provide various services. We have great experience in the residential sectors, civic and public spaces, in addition to educational facilities in collaboration within city councils. Our services are numerous. We work through the RIBA work stages 0 to 7, and some of our services include feasibility studies, material selections, bill of quantities, specification schedules, full construction detailed drawings, procurement, and planning. We tend to be very flexible with our clients and partners to produce the best products. To reach our audience of the outside world, we tend to produce a marketing strategy to enhance our practice, make our voices heard, and be recognized by many. First, throughout our social media pages, as day by day we grow more and reach out several people around the world. Also, throughout our developing website. Moving from the technical stuff, we tend to reach others by digital marketing and public speaking throughout attending talks, CPDs, and lectures, in addition to conferences. We tend to help view our projects to our client by using new technologies such as the virtual reality, in addition to getting published to reach people who don't use social media pages and can't reach us through our devices. And finally, by competing in various competitions so we could be heard.
This section provides the financial variables we'll have to consider to set up the practice initially and for the next projected 3 years. Our starting capital will be £45,000 with the inclusion of business loan of £25,000 initially, Barclays loans of £5,000 each year for 3 years, and additionally the three of us will be investing our own savings of £5,000 each into the startup. We also understand that the fee structures for each RIBA stages, so we'll be able to invoice the client our fees during each period of the project duration, as well as managing our practice cash flow balance throughout the financial year. Here is the list of potential incoming projects we will be taking on for the next 3 years. It includes projects from different sectors, from residential to healthcare to retail and education. The duration and complexity of the jobs varies, therefore our fees will adjust accordingly. Now we look at the breakdowns of our expenditures and expenses for the first 3 years. The first month's cost will be higher due to registration of the practice, purchase of supplies and equipment, advertising and marketing for our website and social media presence. Then we'll have a set monthly expenses includes the loan repayments, software licensing, insurance and salaries and other costs. As for the year 2 and 3, the expenditure will increase gradually due to renting out a space for the studio and employing architectural students into the team. The pie chart indicates the percentages differences across the years, with the salary covering the majority of the outgoing expenses. We have provided a spreadsheet detailing our indicative project resourcing and budgeting the cash flow and balance for each month of the first 3 years. We have outlined each project's duration and fees breakdowns for each work stage, including the VAT deduction. In terms of outsourcing our availability, we'll initially work in as a team for larger and complex projects, and as we expand and become more experienced, we'll be able to take on projects individually and be flexible on our resourcing. We believe the consistency of incoming jobs throughout the year is key, ensuring that we are sourcing jobs whilst other projects are undergoing planning, applications and construction stages in order to maintain the cash flow. At the bottom of the table, we have indicated the monthly balance after calculating the incomes and expenses, ultimately to assess our profit loss margin. The 3 years cash flow forecast enable us to understand the financial trajectory of our practice is heading towards. The flowcharts break down the fluctuation of the cash flow each month across the span of the 3 years. The first year we are projected to make a loss of around £16,000 from our starting capital investment. However, with the influx of incoming projects and the growth of the studio, we are to make a profit of £19,000 and £26,000 after tax in the second and third year respectively. Here is the list of codes of conducts covering all legal acts and various disciplines, including the ARB and the RIBA, to ensure our company is following the necessary standards and acts. Lastly, looking at our ambitions and plans for the future, growing the practice in size and achieving accreditation and certified in specializations. Due to COVID, the future of the industry has changed. As a practice, we have to be flexible and emphasize the importance of health and well-being in our design approach in both public and private spaces. It won't be easy to set up a practice during the current climate, but it is an opportunity to compete with the right attitude and commitment. Here is the list of appendix for this report. Thank you.